becoming a better man requires kind of going through certain stages and achieving certain things and kind of setting out some goals for yourself and achieving these goals. This is easy to say, but it's definitely not easy to do. But why is that? Why are we always stumbling over these things? And why are sometimes we setting these goals and really not following through with them? One of the articles on our site, in fact, talks very specifically about this, and it reflects some content that was released by the Harvard Business Review not long ago about how to really take these goals, put them into action, and really kind of go after them. One of the things they definitely outline, which I think is a good overarching one, is to get specific. I think a lot of guys forget about this idea. A lot of guys sit there and say, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to socialize more, I'm going to go out more, I'm going to work harder. You can't be vague. You need to be very specific about exactly what it is you want to do. How many pounds do you want to lose? How much money you want to make, or what job you're gunning for within the company? Really set those specific goals, and that works for two reasons. Number one, because you have a measuring stick to see if you're actually progressing, and number two, because you actually daily, on a regular basis, have something you're working towards, not some vague notion. Another big one they talk about, which I really like, is about being a realistic optimist. Set realistic goals for yourself that you can actually see yourself achieving. And once you're working along that path and you achieve a few of these goals, the goals can get more ambitious as you go. To focus on being better as opposed to focusing on being the best. It's very important to make sure that you take note along the way of those small victories, because that really does build you up as a person. You know, just because you didn't necessarily make it all the way to Z, from A to Z, but if you've made it all the way to J, then that's a great place to be, and you need to take stock and give yourself some credit in those moments. The other big one I should mention is about having what they call grit. This is a tougher one because a lot of guys, we sit down, we set goals, we have ambitions, we have plans, we have personal things we really want to tend to. But if in your character you don't actually have the wherewithal, the strength to really power through, that's already a detriment to where, you know, you're already starting with one less bullet in the chamber than the other guy that's super motivated. You have to really take stock in yourself and look at what type of strength you have within that character to really power through these things. Achieving goals is not easy. I mean, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. You have to really work on your character and yourself and really make sure that you have something within you that is driving you, and do whatever you can to really focus on that aspect of your personality. I think it's really important to actually take the time to map out your goals. And I don't even think there's anything wrong with sitting down and writing out these goals. I think that can only help for you to have a checklist. Because sometimes when you lose sight of that, you kind of have these real moments of loss where you're not sure exactly what you're working towards. And it can help you in impacting every decision you make in the day-to-day. So just make sure when you're setting these goals that you're realistic about them, but make sure you're setting goals nonetheless, and you'll see an improvement in your day-to-day.